Auschwitz-Birkenau was a complex of Nazi concentration and extermination camps located in German-occupied Poland during World War II. It was the largest of the Nazi death camps, and is estimated to have been the site of the deaths of 1.1 million people, most of whom were Jews. The camp was originally established in 1940 as a prison camp for Poles. In 1941, it was expanded to include a new section that was designated for the extermination of Jews. The first gas chamber was built at Auschwitz-Birkenau in 1942, and the camp was soon functioning as a major killing center. The process of extermination at Auschwitz-Birkenau was highly efficient. Prisoners were transported to the camp by train, and then marched to the gas chambers. Once inside, they were told that they were being taken to showers. However, instead of water, Zyklon B gas was released into the chamber, killing everyone inside within minutes. The bodies of the victims were then cremated in the camp's ovens. Auschwitz-Birkenau was liberated by the Soviet Red Army on January 27, 1945. By that time, the Nazis had destroyed most of the camp's infrastructure in an attempt to cover up their crimes. However, enough evidence remained to document the horrors that had taken place there. Today, Auschwitz-Birkenau is a memorial site and museum. It is a place where visitors can learn about the Holocaust and pay their respects to the victims. The establishment of Auschwitz. The Auschwitz concentration camp was established in 1940 by the SS, the Nazi Party's elite guard. The camp was located in the town of Oświęcim, Poland, which had been annexed by Germany in 1939. The camp was originally intended to be a prison camp for Poles, but it was soon expanded to include a section for the extermination of Jews. The first prisoners arrived at Auschwitz in May 1940. They were mostly Polish political prisoners, but also included some Jews and other minorities. The conditions in the camp were brutal, and many prisoners died from disease, starvation, or overwork. In 1941, the SS decided to expand Auschwitz into a major extermination camp. The new section of the camp, known as Birkenau, was built about 3 kilometers from the original camp. Birkenau was much larger than Auschwitz, and it was specifically designed for the mass murder of Jews. The extermination of Jews at Auschwitz-Birkenau. The extermination of Jews at Auschwitz-Birkenau began in March 1942. The first gas chamber was built at Birkenau, and it was soon followed by several more. The gas chambers were designed to kill people quickly and efficiently. They were equipped with showers, which the Nazis told the prisoners were necessary to prevent the spread of disease. However, the showers were actually used to deliver Zyklon B gas, which killed everyone in the chamber within minutes. The bodies of the victims were then cremated in the camp's ovens. The Nazis tried to cover up their crimes by destroying the evidence. However, enough evidence remained to document the horrors that had taken place at Auschwitz-Birkenau. Other groups persecuted at Auschwitz-Birkenau. In addition to Jews, the Nazis also persecuted other groups at Auschwitz-Birkenau. These groups included Roma, Gypsies, Poles, Soviet prisoners of war, homosexuals, and Jehovah's Witnesses. The Nazis believed that these groups were inferior and that they needed to be eliminated. They were subjected to the same brutal conditions as the Jewish prisoners, and many of them died from disease, starvation, or overwork. The liberation of Auschwitz-Birkenau. Auschwitz-Birkenau was liberated by the Soviet Red Army on January 27, 1945. By that time, the Nazis had destroyed most of the camp's infrastructure in an attempt to cover up their crimes. However, enough evidence remained to document the horrors that had taken place there. The liberation of Auschwitz-Birkenau was a major victory for the Allies. It was a sign that the Nazis were finally being defeated. The aftermath of Auschwitz-Birkenau. The liberation of Auschwitz-Birkenau was a victory for humanity, but it was also a reminder of the terrible atrocities that had been committed during the Holocaust. The camp was a symbol of the Nazi regime's hatred and its determination to exterminate the Jews. The liberation of Auschwitz-Birkenau also raised important questions about the nature of evil and the capacity of human beings to commit such atrocities. It is a reminder of the importance of fighting against all forms of hatred and intolerance. Nowadays about Auschwitz-Birkenau. Today, Auschwitz-Birkenau is a memorial site and museum. It is a place where visitors can learn about the Holocaust and pay their respects to the victims. The museum includes exhibits on the history of the camp, the extermination process, and the lives of the prisoners. There are also memorials to the victims, including a memorial wall inscribed with the names of over 1.1 million people who were killed at Auschwitz-Birkenau. The museum is open to the public year-round, and it is visited by millions of people each year. It is an important place of education and remembrance, and it serves as a reminder of the dangers of hatred and intolerance. In addition to its role as a memorial and museum, Auschwitz-Birkenau is also a center for research and education on the Holocaust. The museum has a research institute and a library that are used by scholars from all over the world. The museum also offers educational programs for students and adults. Auschwitz-Birkenau is a place of great sadness and reflection. It is a place where we can learn about the horrors of the Holocaust and remember the victims. It is also a place where we can recommit ourselves to fighting against all forms of hatred and intolerance. Is this place haunted? Whether or not Auschwitz-Birkenau is haunted is a matter of personal belief. There are many people who believe that the ghosts of the victims still haunt the camp, while others believe that it is simply a place of great sadness and reflection. There have been many reports of paranormal activity at Auschwitz-Birkenau. Visitors have reported seeing strange lights, hearing voices, and feeling a sense of dread. Some people have even reported being touched or physically attacked by invisible forces. However, there is no scientific evidence to support the claim that Auschwitz-Birkenau is haunted. The paranormal phenomena that have been reported at the camp could be explained by other factors, such as the power of suggestion or the effects of strong emotions. Ultimately, whether or not you believe that Auschwitz-Birkenau is haunted is up to you. There is no right or wrong answer. It is important to remember that Auschwitz-Birkenau was a real place where millions of people were murdered. It is a place of great sadness and reflection. It is a place where we can learn about the horrors of the Holocaust and remember the victims.